Close your eyes and think about your favorite childhood memory. Got it? That moment at the beach, your birthday party, learning to ride a bike? Now here's the disturbing truth. That memory is fake. Not completely fake, but it's been rewritten, edited, and contaminated so many times by your brain that what you're remembering now bears little resemblance to what actually happened. And every single time you recall that precious memory, you're corrupting it even more. Welcome to Imagine If TV, where we explore the shocking realities hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into one of the most unsettling discoveries in neuroscience. Your brain is a terrible recorder, but an excellent storyteller, and it's been lying to you your entire life. Here's how your memories actually work, and why scientists say you've never had a truly accurate memory in your life. When you experience something, your brain doesn't save it like a video file on a computer. Instead, it breaks the experience into fragments. The sights go to your visual cortex, sounds to your auditory cortex, emotions to your amygdala, and facts to your hippocampus. These fragments are stored in different parts of your brain, connected only by neural pathways. But here's where it gets disturbing. Every time you remember something, your brain has to reassemble all those fragments. It's like taking apart a puzzle and putting it back together from memory. And just like that puzzle, pieces get lost, swapped, or replaced with pieces from other puzzles entirely. This process is called memory reconsolidation, and it was discovered accidentally by researcher Kareem Nader in 2000. He found that every time a memory is recalled, it becomes temporarily unstable. During this vulnerable window, it can be altered, edited, or contaminated by new information before being stored again. This happens every single time you remember anything. Think about that family story you've heard repeated at every holiday gathering, the one your parents tell about something embarrassing you did as a child. You might even remember it now. But do you actually remember the event, or do you just remember the story being told? Your brain can't tell the difference. It has stitched together a false memory from other people's narratives, filling in visual details that were never there. The most disturbing part, the more confident you are about a memory, the more likely it is to be false. Research by Elizabeth Loftus, a leading expert on false memories, has shown that vivid, emotional, detailed memories are often the least accurate. Your brain interprets confidence for accuracy, but they're not the same thing. In fact, extremely confident witnesses in criminal trials are wrong about 30% of the time. Loftus famously implanted false memories in study participants, convincing them of entire events that never happened. In one experiment, she made 25% of participants remember being lost in a shopping mall as a child, with complete emotional details and visual memories, even though it never occurred. Their brains filled in the gaps so seamlessly that they couldn't distinguish the false memory from real ones. This has terrifying implications for eyewitness testimony in courts, therapy-recovered memories, and even your sense of personal identity. If your memories define who you are, but your memories are constantly changing, then who are you really? Your memories get corrupted in several predictable ways, and once you understand them, you'll start questioning everything you think you remember. First, there's source confusion. Your brain remembers the information, but forgets where it came from. Did you actually experience your grandfather's war stories, or did you see them in a documentary? Did your friend tell you about that restaurant, or did you read about it online? Your brain merges these sources, creating hybrid memories that feel completely real. Second, there's schema filling. Your brain has templates for how events typically unfold. If details are missing from a memory, your brain fills them in with what should have happened based on these templates. If you remember being at a beach as a child, your brain might add seagulls and the smell of sunscreen, even if those details weren't part of the actual experience. Third, there's emotional inflation. Strong emotions at the time of remembering can be incorporated into the original memory. If you recall a mildly awkward moment while feeling deeply embarrassed now, your brain rewrites the original event to match your current emotional state. Suddenly, that small social misstep becomes a catastrophic humiliation in your memory. Fourth, there's social contagion. When you discuss memories with others, their version of events infiltrates yours. If your sibling remembers your childhood vacation differently and tells their version convincingly, your brain might adopt elements of their story, blending it with your own until you can't separate the two. This brings us to the Mandela effect, named after the widespread false memory that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, when he actually died in 2013. Thousands of people vividly remember news coverage of his death in prison with details about his funeral and riots. None of it happened. Other famous examples include people remembering the Monopoly Man having a monocle. He doesn't. Luke, I am your father from Star Wars. The actual line is, no, I am your father. And the Berenstain Bears being spelled Berenstein. It's always been Berenstain. These collective false memories reveal how susceptible our brains are to suggestion and pattern matching. When something seems like it should be true, based on our mental models, our brain accepts it as true regardless of reality. If you claim to remember anything before age 3, science has bad news. You're definitely remembering something that didn't happen the way you think it did, or possibly didn't happen at all. This phenomenon is called childhood amnesia, and it exists because the hippocampus, the brain region crucial for forming long-term memories, doesn't fully develop until around age 3 or 4. Any memories from before that age are likely constructed from photographs, family stories, and your imagination. Researchers found that 40% of people have a first memory that is fake or heavily distorted. These false early memories are often based on family photos or stories told so many times that your brain creates visual memories to match the narrative. So if our memories are this unreliable, can we trust anything about our past? The answer is complicated. While individual details are often wrong, the emotional essence of memories tends to be more stable. You might not remember the exact words of an important conversation, but you'll remember how it made you feel. You might not accurately recall what your childhood bedroom looked like, but you'll remember feeling safe there. Scientists suggest that memories serve an adaptive purpose, not an archival one. Your brain isn't trying to create a perfect record of your life. It's trying to extract useful information to guide future behavior. That's why you remember the gist of events and the lessons learned more accurately than specific details. The disturbing implication is that your sense of self, built on memories, is constantly shifting. You're not remembering your past, you're recreating it every time, influenced by your present circumstances, emotions, and beliefs. The person you were at 15 might have remembered childhood differently than you do now. And 10 years from now, you'll remember today differently than you're experiencing it right now. Your memories are not archives. They're living documents, constantly edited by the unreliable narrator in your head. Every time you remember something, you're changing it. Every cherished memory has been rewritten dozens or hundreds of times. The vacation you love thinking about, the moment you fell in love, your proudest achievement, they're all partially fiction at this point. Does this mean your memories are worthless? Not at all. They're still meaningful, still emotionally true, still part of who you are. But they're not objective records of events. They're stories your brain tells itself, refined over time to fit the person you've become. The next time you find yourself in an argument with someone about what really happened, remember this. You're both wrong. Your brains have each created different versions of the same event, and neither version is the objective truth. That truth is gone forever, dissolved the moment you first remembered it. So, treat your memories with humility. Cherish them, but don't defend them as absolute truth. And maybe, just maybe, stop arguing with your siblings about whether the family dog was brown or black. Your brain made that up anyway. If this video made you question everything you thought you knew about yourself, hit that subscribe button for more uncomfortable truths. And drop a comment telling me about a memory you're now not sure actually happened the way you remember it. Trust me, once you start questioning, you can't stop. Until next time, keep imagining, even if your memories are doing the same thing.